It's my truth. I was with a woman named Samantha for 5 years. We got married. We had a 1-year-old beautiful child named Soraya. And she just left me out the blue. And never came back. And I never cheated. No physical domestic violence. No side chick. No infidelity, nothing.
So it finally looks like Tyrese Gibson has willingly revealed the main reason why his ex-wife, Samantha Lee, left him. Despite the several rumors that sprung up since the pair went their separate ways, Tyrese has decided to finally make it known to his fans worldwide, who've all been hoping the actor would finally reveal what happened. Hey, I'm Kat, and you could say the cat's out of the bag, so let's get started. In a video circulating the social media app X, used to be Twitter, Tyrese Gibson said the reason his wife left him was solely because of money.
This shit is about money. You've hired 3 law firms trying to fucking suck me dry. I'm approaching $1 million in legal fees.
The actor and singer further stated that his wife had hired 3 different law firms to suck him dry. He made it clear that he and his ex-wife had a prenuptial agreement before their wedding, and she already tried to come back to him, but he wasn't having any of it because he's already in a new relationship. And that's not all. The Fast and Furious actor further stated that everything about how his ex-wife left him was evil, and she never once considered him, their marriage, or even their 1-year-old child. He was quoted saying, "Everything about the way you left me was heartless. It was evil. You never considered me, your marriage, let alone your innocent 1-year-old child. She has to celebrate her 2nd birthday apart. So if you had people in your ear at the time, they must still be in your ear, because you're still trying to get $20,000 a month for a 5-year-old. Tyrese claims she makes over $1,600,000 a year and doesn't need to be demanding such an amount for such a young child. He further claimed it's all a game to her, and she's clout chasing and playing on a single mothers and women that are in bad marriages. However, we all know there's 2 sides to every single story. During a podcast, Hardly Initiated, Tyshawn Jackson and Ryan Catchings interviewed Samantha. She stated that some external influence played a huge role in her choice to end her marriage with Tyrese. She also described herself as an emotionally intoxicated person at the time when she made the decision. While speaking on the podcast, she said, "It's very important to seek wise counsel. You have to make a calculated decision based on your belief systems. I think we do take divorce very casually. I would never advise a woman to approach it in the same frame of mind that I had when I did it." Despite the fact that she chose to divorce Tyrese, Samantha acknowledged that making such a life-changing decision in a time when she was really vulnerable was an unwise thing to do. She said, "I would never advise somebody to make that decision when they're that emotional. But of course, I wasn't speaking to someone genuinely advocating for marriage or reconciliation. That's no criticism of my attorney, but at the time I was on the phone making that decision, I was furious. I was emotional. If that emotional state is misguided and misdirected, it can lead to a regrettable outcome." During the podcast, Samantha further spoke about how she wrongly focused on the negative side of her marriage rather than the positive elements she saw. She expressed a desire for a support system that consisted of pro-marriage advocates who could challenge her during moments of doubt. She said, "The people I had in my ear at the time were not in favor of reconciliation. The truth is, if I had different individuals guiding me during that period, I might not have made that decision. I'm an extremely emotional person. There are moments where I'd think, I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He doesn't do this. We're just honing in on these issues, and because you lack someone in your life to provide perspective, you're not thinking about the strengths."
If I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No.
Wow.
I wouldn't. And that's the truth. I try my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Because I think that I was... Women were... Like, I'm an extremely emotional person. People that know me know that about me.
She concluded by stating that, despite people calming down after starting a divorce process, the damage done is often irreversible because they weren't able to distance themselves from their emotions. She said, "The ability to step back from your emotions is crucial, because once you've filed for divorce, you've created an irreparable hole." As you probably may have already heard, there have been a lot of rumors floating around that Tyrese didn't want the marriage anymore, especially due to the fact he's now currently in a relationship with Zelly Timothy. However, this isn't true, as the actor has made it known that he thought thought the marriage would last forever. While speaking exclusively to Daily Mail, Tyrese said he wanted to be married to the social worker until he had no teeth left in his mouth, describing himself as a sucker for the sanctuary of marriage. He said, "Basically, I was in a relationship for 5 years, the love of my life. I wanted to be married until I had no teeth left in my mouth, eating mashed potatoes and coleslaw. That's the vision I had. I kept my wedding band on consistently. I was up there with the Care Bears. I'm such a sucker for love, the sanctuary of marriage, and anyone who is in love, it doesn't matter what race, nationality, or sexual preference. There was nothing better than the beauty of love. And to have my marriage to just kind of go up in smoke right before my eyes, been very challenging for me." While trying to process the split that's been overshadowed by several court spats over child support for their 4-year-old daughter, Soraya, Tyrese started channeling his emotions into his music for his coming double album titled Beautiful Pain. The singer hopes the album will serve as a reason for fans not to divorce. However, Tyrese later revealed that he had to delay the album's release because he found it difficult to keep mentally pushing through songs about his divorce. He said, "I'm in the vocal booth singing songs and I'm like, can't believe this is my life. Can't believe these are my lyrics, my songs. Can't believe this stuff happened."
I was in a relationship for 5 years. The love of my life. I wanted to be married until I had no teeth left in my mouth, eating mashed potatoes and coleslaw. That's the vision I had. I kept my wedding band on consistently, and when I took it off, I was underneath my wedding band finger was Drake. Drake was there. It was a different complexion because I never took it off.
The issue has been going on for a while now, leading many fans to think that Tyrese was initially right for refusing to pay child support. Earlier in April, a judge ordered Tyrese to pay back child support of almost $2,500,000 to Samantha, as well as $400,000 for her attorney fees. The ruling came almost 8 months after the actor was initially told to make a payment of $10,690 each month for child support. However, the actor refused to comply at the time because the child support was backdated to when Samantha filed for divorce in September 2020. The second single from Tyrese's upcoming album, Is This Love or Just a Transaction, sheds more light on the couple's nasty battle in the courtroom. He said, "You know what happens in the courtroom? You know what happens when the lawyers get involved? It's about money. It's about all the other stuff, and it just gets nasty. And the kids and the separation. So yeah, the album is entitled Beautiful Pain, and I would love for you all just to hear it and embrace it. And anybody who's ever been through a breakup, I don't care if it's back in high school, I think the sentiments and the rawness and my vulnerabilities I put into these songs. I know people have been like, oh my god, you made me go home and apologize to my wife. And I didn't even do anything, you know?" He continued by adding, "I feel like this album, although it derived from pain, I feel like this album is actually going to be a divorce deterrent. It's going to make people say, I need to love you better. I want to get closer. Let's forgive and forget. Let's unpack and have these conversations because nobody wants to be that. Nobody wants to not be married." Well, where do you guys think the couple should go from here? Several fans think they should reconcile because of their kid-daughter, but do you think that's even ideal? Do you even see Tyrese getting past the current disgust he has for Samantha? Comment your thoughts down below and let us know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!